No, again. I'm sure that we all know the story of the Trojan Horse. The Greeks launched a war against the city-state of Troy and transported an army by sea to besiege the walls of Troy. This siege lasted for 10 years, and in the end it looked as though the Greeks gave up and went home, leaving a huge wooden horse behind for unknown reasons, supposedly as an offering to the gods to grant them a safe journey home. The Trojans opened their gates and brought this horse into their city, seeing it as some weird gift from their enemies. That night, some Greek soldiers who were hidden inside crept out and opened the city gates. The Greek army, who had been hiding in the hills, swept in and took over the city, killing the inhabitants. The Roman epic, the Aeneid, contains the lines Timeo Danaos et dona ferentes, which roughly translates as beware Greeks bearing gifts. There is a moral here for us to ponder, because something very similar has befallen our own cities. When there are economic difficulties and shortages of skilled workers in this country, whether doctors, taxi drivers or fruit pickers, a wonderful gift was seen, which we brought into our cities. This was the gift of unlimited cheap labour, and very alluring it was too. It was a simple and free solution to any and all of our difficulties. Training doctors is proving too expensive and the education budget is under strain? No problem. Simply import doctors who have already been trained in Nigeria or Egypt. That way we won't have all the expense of paying to teach them. Not enough fruit pickers in Lincolnshire? Don't worry about trying to recruit them in other parts of England. Simply invite a load of Lithuanians and Romanians to come here and do it for us. Problem solved. In fact, there was no problem that could not be solved in this way by the amazing free gift of unlimited cheap labour. The results may now be seen, in that the gates of our cities have been opened and the invaders are flooding in, all without a shot being fired. There was no need to do what Spain in the 16th century planned, as well as Napoleon in the 19th and Hitler in the 20th century also planned. That is to say, to assemble barges for an invasion fleet, and then try to cross the channel and seize beachheads before launching an assault upon the English capital. There is, after all, no need. London has already fallen. Foreigners and immigrants are now the great majority in London, and they were invited in by foolish people in much the same way that the Trojan horse was supposedly brought into their city by the Trojans. The war has been won, not by main force, but by guile and the stupidity of the inhabitants of the city.